So the next question is, oh, I just lost that question. Okay. I just started on a new niche after my last niche failed. How do I know this won't fail as well? What am I doing wrong? So firstly, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, everyone expects the first niche they find to take off and be highly profitable. And in some cases that can happen with the right setup. But in most cases, and pretty typically, a therapist or a coach who starts making a lot of money has cycled through 2 to 3, maybe 4 niches. So really the only way to know if the niche is going to be profitable is to try it. And when I say try it, I want to clarify what I mean, because a lot of people misunderstand this, and they might have heard me talk about this before. Like, this in most cases is what happens. People say, Scott, I was in a niche for like 30 days and it didn't work. And I go, okay, what did you do? Well, for the first 2 weeks, I designed my logo. The next week after that, I put together my I help statement. And then the week after that, I did like 1 Facebook Live, 1 YouTube video. I've got my website, but I didn't launch that. I sent out some business cards and I went and did another hypnotherapy course. Like, what do you expect to happen? So when I say try the niche, you want to physically exhaust every avenue that you can think of, whether it's social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I don't know if Twitter's around anymore, TikTok, organic outreach messages, email, whatever you have at your disposal. Run ads if you want to, which I don't recommend you do. You want to dispose of every single thing possible and exhaust all those things to know if a niche is going to be profitable. I would say 9 times out of 10, it's generally not the niche that's not profitable. It's usually the therapist or the coach that stops before the impact of the niche starting to show up as an output, which is paying clients. Now, again, we've got to pull into this, like having the right offer, differentiation. That's a whole nother conversation for another time. But at a basic level, it's usually the therapist or the coach or the business owner in general that doesn't put enough effort in to exhaust that niche, and they start thinking. They start over-analyzing, they start worrying, they start doing like the shiny object thing, they start doing like the monkey see, monkey do, like those therapists are successful, I'm just going to copy their niche, and then that doesn't work. They're niche jumping every single week, and they're not allowing enough time to catch up from all the momentum they're building. They're not allowing enough time to catch up to know if that niche is going to be profitable. And all in all, the only way, like I said, to know if a niche is going to be profitable is to try and exhaust those things. But what other choice do you have? If you want to make this work, one way to make sure it doesn't work is just to quit. If you want to quit, you can guarantee the niche will never work and you'll never succeed in this business. So you've got to really have that attitude, like, I'll make this work. I'll eventually find the niche that'll work. Like, to give you an example, we have some students that launch their business with the first niche. They manage to get the niche right, and they make 10 or 20 grand in their first month. We also have other students who went 12 months with no paying clients, multiple niches. And as soon as they hit a differentiated blue ocean niche, all of a sudden they go from $0 to $20,000 to $30,000 in their month. But it just took that time. It took investigation. It took trial and error. It took testing. So many people overlook how much work is involved to get a niche ready and a niche prepared and an offer prepared and the right prices, and to know if a niche is going to work. Most will just give up beforehand because they get anxiety or they worry the niche is not going to work, and they fiddle around with it and they change the name of things. They do this trivial thing. All you can do is have a set of steps that you can follow each day, like a system of, these are the things that are going to actually get me paid clients in the new niche, and I'm going to exhaust those things. I'm going to do more than everybody else. I'm not going to stop, and I'm going to physically exhaust the niche till I can see clearly that this niche is going to be profitable, and I'm going to turn my brain off, which is the hardest thing to do. So the only way to know is to try it, and try it more than everybody else, and just focus all your time and effort and make this a priority. Like, get rid of the distraction, focus on the things that are actually going to get you clients, and try it. Learn from the niche, speak to people, do organic outreach, do all of the things, no matter how scary they are, do all the things to exhaust that niche being a possibility. And if you do those things, over time, it'll work. It has to. It's just a numbers game. Sometimes it's a time game. Sometimes you're just in that place where it might take you 6 months compared to somebody else a month, compared to somebody else that's 12 months. Don't stop. Like, people stop too quickly before they get the full effect of what their business can be. You just have to keep going. I myself went through well over 6 or 7 bad niches before I finally hit on something that actually started working, and it started working in a big way. Had I given up on the first couple of tries, I wouldn't be what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't be where I am, and I wouldn't be able to teach thousands of students to do the same. And we wouldn't have such a high success record with our students because we teach them that same attitude. But again, most people just give up too early, and unfortunately, that's one surefire way to never make it in this industry. So just try it, see what happens, and exhaust all those possibilities.